This is Mac from JLPTbootcamp.com here with another book review, and today going to go over Mastering Japanese Kanji Volume 1 from Tuttle. And this is a new series that they just came out with of their kanji drill books. This is Volume 1. It goes over the 200 of the most common kanji. I'm assuming that there's going to be Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. Each one's going to go over 200 kanji each. And these are pretty thick books. They're about 255 pages or so, and they have a lot packed into them. As you can see, they're kind of the contents are kind of sorted out into different sections, categories, chapters. There's about exactly 200 kanji. It pretty much covers all of N5 kanji. So if you're looking to pass the N5 test, this is a great resource. N4 kanji, of course, I think there's an extra 300 kanji. So basically for N4 you need to know about 400 characters or so. And so kind of gives you a good start. Obviously if you're studying for N4 you probably want to wait by Volume 1 and Volume 2 when Volume 2 comes out to give you coverage of both. But and basically just to go through the different sections, there's well, let's go through your typical one here. For example, the first page, mountain. So, of course, gives you the meaning, gives you the stroke order. This is how to actually draw the character. Gives you a meaning, and so it's kind of it gives you a meaning and gives you kind of a definition of how to learn this picture, for example, how to form it in your head. There's a real big emphasis in this book about mnemonics and how to memorize the kanji. It's not just a reference book, which is something that I really like. And gives you the common pronunciations, on yomi and the kun yomi, on reading, the kun reading, and so gives you those, gives you help creating a mnemonic. So this is where it kind of gives you, it suggests some things that you could use. For example, to suggest these sounds, let's use the word sandwich. So for san, which is the on yomi for mountain, sandwich for san, and yam attack for yama. So as sandwich will now be a permanent keyword for all kanji sharing the word san. Turn to the onyomi table in the back of the book and write sandwich. Gives you kind of, different steps to do to form your mnemonics. Let's turn back there. So here you can write down your keywords, for example, san. And write down sandwich, different keywords that you can think of that symbolize these different sounds. So as you work through the book, it kind of forces you to do some extra work to form those mnemonics, so you can't just kind of lazily float through the book. And then it gives you a space here to write a mnemonic for yourself that uses the on yomi and the kun yomi. This is another thing that I kind of like. It really walks you through how to remember the kanji, and gives you some more information, how it's used, how you'll see it in different uses in the future. If you, for example, how it's normally pronounced, how you'll normally see it. And then it gives you some common words and compounds in a sample sentence down below here, so that you can study that kanji. For yama, for mountain, there's no irregular readings. But for some, there's of course irregular readings, like for person. Usually the common pronunciations are jin, nin, and hito. So jin and nin is the onyomi, kunyomi is the hito. And so that's usually how it's pronounced. That's how you'll see it in the common words and compounds here. And but it also has some irregular readings. So for example, when you're talking about one person, we would say hitori. So this is kind of weird because it's ri. And it's only ri for hitori and futari. One person, two people. And as well as for adult, otona. For some reason, this kanji is pronounced as tona in this weird compound. And these kinds of things, irregular readings, these are the things that will probably come up in the kanji part of the JLPT, either on N5 or N4. So these are the kind of things that you want to drill, you want to kind of at least be familiar with in order to pass that part, as well as, of course, just regular use out in the real world. So it's a really cool book. Each unit has that, and then with if the page does have some free space, it gives you some writing practice, some squares here. Although I would recommend getting your own, paper to do your own drills, so you're not drilling in this small little corner for each kanji. And it also gives you, for more complicated kanji, it'll give you the what it calls components. Other people would call radicals. And so kind of breaks down the kanji into different radicals as it gets more and more complicated. Let's get to something more. Yeah. For example, here, open. It'll go over picnic table. So, helps you to visualize this type of kanji. And these are gates. So it's gates and then the picnic table underneath. Yeah, I always imagine this as a person stretching out their arms trying to open the door. That's how I think about it when I get in the elevator. But some people, this is picnic table, open the gates, go to the picnic table. So it'll break down the different components, the radicals. Again, really well designed, has pretty much everything you need to help you remember this. And doesn't just hand you the mnemonics, it will walk you through how to create your own mnemonics, which is really something that you kind of need to do for yourself. After every chapter, there is a cumulative, there's a review. And these aren't really just straightforward questions. For example, which of the following kanji have an onyomi of sei? You have to choose that. Which of the following readings apply to the kanji deguchi? Day. So day. And then there's some other ones. For example, I went to the Himalayas and saw the abominable man. So gives you kind of a unique way to test your knowledge. So of course the abominable snowman, which kanji means snow. Match up the kanji with the meanings, kind of some simple stuff there. Please match the following compounds and words to their meanings and pronunciations. Kind of some standard exercises, and then there's review. This is for chapters 1 through 5, so some cumulative review for the first 100 kanji, and then you have another one at the very end that goes over everything. So it's kind of cool. The chapters are broken down into groups of 20, so very easy to work your way through. Answers in the back, of course, and very motivating. It's not overwhelming to get through all 100 kanji. And has an index by stroke count, index by kanji names, the meaning name, I guess. And this is the romaji of the readings. So pretty much any way you want to find the kanji, it has those indexes in the back, has a keywords table when you're building the mnemonics as well. So it does include a interactive CD-ROM. I don't have a CD player that works so on my computer, so I didn't get to test this out, but has some cool utilities on how to remember the sounds and things. So that's kind of included as a bonus. I wouldn't really see this as a huge advantage, but something kind of cool to just add in to the book there. So that is it. Mastering Japanese Kanji, Volume 1. I'm hoping that they'll kind of go through and publish the rest of these in the future. Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. I look forward to seeing those and using those. So pick it up. This is available pretty much at every Amazon in every country. I have links in the comments. Click on those and it'll take you directly to the page. So you don't need to do any searches with Amazon Japan or in Amazon America. So that's it. If you'd like to hear about some more book reviews, tips on how to pass the JLPT, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I can send you lots of awesome videos in the future. So that's it. Have a good